The brutal attack in a concert hall in the Russian capital Moscow shocked the world. Over 135 people lost their lives and many have been wounded. Such a deadly attack near the Kremlin represents a major intelligence failure. This horrific terrorist attack has been claimed by ISIS-K or the Islamic State Khorasan. Russia has blamed this attack on Ukraine and the United States. According to Russia, after carrying out the massacre, the 4 suspected gunmen were moving toward Ukraine, and Ukraine was to help them cross the border. The US says it had already warned Russia weeks earlier of a possible assault. Many conspiracy theories abound, but investigations are ongoing to unearth the truth behind these attacks. Islamic State Khorasan is the Afghan branch of the Islamic State. It aims to overthrow existing governments in South and Central Asia and establish a caliphate in the region, with aspirations for further expansion. Their goal is to establish a caliphate governed by a strict interpretation of Sharia law. The Islamic State-Russia rivalry is not new. Russia intervened directly in Syria in 2015 and conducted several airstrikes against the Islamic State. Russia supports the Syrian regime of Bashar al-Assad against both the opposition and the Islamic State, whereas the US and its allies have been arming the opposition. There have been reports claiming that US weapons ended up in the hands of the Islamic State. In 2019, the US declared that the Islamic State had been defeated. After the killing of the IS leader Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, the militant group assumed a back seat for a while, but it hasn't been completely eliminated. The Islamic State remains active in many parts of the world. If you remember, in 2022, ISIS-K attacked the Russian embassy in Kabul. Since 2016, the Islamic State has claimed 9 attacks that have targeted Russia. They label Russia as an anti-Muslim state. This is despite the fact that ISIS-K themselves target even mosques among other places, and many Muslim men, women and children have lost their lives in their deadly attacks. Anyway, ISIS-K accuses Russia of oppressing Muslims. They have followers across Central Asia. The Caucasus branch of ISIS recruits fighters from Russia and neighboring areas in Central Asia. The North Caucasus is a mountainous region in southern Russia located between the Black Sea and the Caspian Sea, and it is predominantly Muslim. The Caucasus branch of ISIS exploits anti-Russia sentiments in regions such as Chechnya, Dagestan, Ingushetia, Kabardino-Balkaria, etc. These regions harbor grievances against Russia and fall for the pro-Islamic State propaganda. Consequently, these regions struggle with instability, violence, and tensions with the Russian regime. While it is true that ISIS has lost a majority of the area it had captured in Iraq and Syria, it maintains a guerrilla presence in both countries. Military efforts have pushed them out of the major strongholds. Nevertheless, they continue to influence and carry out attacks through their affiliated groups in Africa and Asia. ISIS is quickly adapting, with a stronger focus on online propaganda and recruiting for lone wolf attacks. The Islamic State has a history of attacks in Russia. It is possible that the Islamic State was behind the Moscow attack, but investigations will determine this conclusively. It is important to wait for the official information from the investigation before drawing conclusions about who is responsible. Terrorism thrives in geopolitical volatility. Increasing tensions provide more space for extremist groups to thrive. Terrorism poses a fundamental threat and is a serious challenge to global security and stability. The international community must unite in the fight against it.